Hi guys and welcome to our another edition of our English class. And for today, we are going to talk about writing paragraphs, specifically writing problem and solution paragraphs. Of course, it's very common, no? It's a very common topic, especially if your teacher asks you to write an essay or paragraph, and it is very easy because you're just going to state the problem, discuss it, and give possible solution to that. But of course, if you want to create a more effective and more meaningful paragraph, you can make it concise by having or by using this step-by-step process or step-by-step guide in writing a problem and solution paragraphs. So, writing a problem and solution paragraph involves identifying a specific issue or challenge and proposing one or more solutions to address it effectively. Of course, there are a lot of things that we need to discuss around us, and our world, our society never runs out of problems. Every day, we are facing different problems and we need to find possible solutions to it. All right, so of course, for some, they find it interesting in writing and sharing it in their blogs. And for most of us, especially using of social media nowadays is very rampant. People are giving their opinions, no, unsolicited opinions and advice. And for some, they are just trying to point out the problems but not giving solution. So for you students, no, specifically if your teacher asks you to write a paragraph or essay regarding a problem and solution, you can just simply follow these steps to create more effective and more meaningful paragraph. All right, so I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide in writing a problem and solution paragraphs. So first of all, you need to identify the problem. What specific problem in your community, in your school, inside your classroom that you want to discuss? Or if the teacher gave you a theme, okay, so think of a specific problem that matches the theme. Okay, and of course, ensure that it's clear what the problem is and why it's significant. Okay, so bakit ba mahalaga yung problema na pinili mo at bakit kailangan itong pagtuunan ng pansin? Okay, that is number one. You need to identify the problem. Next, number two is to introduce the problem. Begin your paragraph by clearly stating what the problem you will be discussing. Provide context or background information to help the reader understand the nature and scope of the problem. So, for example, you want to discuss the disposing or disposal of garbage in your street. So, it's a very common problem, but give a background information why you want to discuss it. Perhaps the neighborhood that you belong is fighting over because of the garbage, no? Or perhaps the barangay, no, the barangay officials are not having a proper collection, or they collect garbage every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. So it's very alarming. And it is, of course, significant for you to discuss that problem because it affects your neighborhood and it affects the community. So that is the background information why you want to discuss that specific issue in your neighborhood or in your community. All right. Number three is explain the problem. Describe the problem in detail. Now, aside from the fact that your garbage is being collected once a month, no? So, Another problem that arises is that the foul smell of the garbage is affecting the health of the people in the neighborhood. Okay, so you can detail that, and of course some of the emerging problems, no, from that specific problem that you want to discuss. So you can highlight its causes, you can give the effects, any relevant statistics or evidence. Okay, perhaps because of that garbage, so there's a lot of flies, the community is being pested by flies and mosquitoes, for example. And for statistics, after 5 months, where the garbage is being collected once a month, there are already 5 people who were diagnosed with dengue or something like that. So you can give that as your statistics or evidence. Then help the reader understand why the problem exists and why it's important to find a solution. Okay, because it greatly affects the community, that's why it's very important to find a solution in that issue or problem. All right, next, number 4, transition to solution. So if you're going to move to giving solutions, it is important to use transition words or phrases. So, for example, such as one possible solution is to talk with the barangay officials, that there is a lot of problem emerging from not uh, regularly picking the garbage or collecting the garbage in the community. Okay, and of course, a potential approach to solving this problem and a lot more. So you can use transitional words to transmute smoothly, not to I mean to I mean to kumbaga parang mag-transition ka from the problem into giving solution. All right, so the transition from discussing the problem to proposing possible solution. This signals to the reader that you are shifting focus to potential remedies and you are done expounding on your problem, and you are now ready to give possible solution or remedies to the problem. All right, number 5 is to present the solution. So after discussing all the negative effects of the problem, now you are here going to discuss the possible solution that could solve the problem. Propose one or more solutions to the problem, explaining how each solution addresses the root causes or mitigates the effects of the problem. Provide specific details or steps involved in implementing each solution. Okay, so you could perhaps talk to the barangay, discuss the possible solution, and what is the problem why they are collecting the garbage only once a month. It's just an example, all right? So, and come up with possible solution. For example, try to distribute or what do you call this? Or try to separate your garbage from biodegradable to non-biodegradable to recyclable to plastics to infectious waste, something like that. Okay, and of course, a lot more possible solutions. So after presenting the solution, so, okay, next is you need to support with evidence or examples. Offer evidence or examples to support the effectiveness of each proposed solution. This could include case studies, expert opinions, success stories from similar situations. So, perhaps you can take the story, or for example, the success story of one barangay having recyclable materials being done and create creative things out from the trash or something like that. Okay, and from similar situations or data showing the impact of the proposed solution. So you need to support with evidence. So give evidences to support your claim or your possible solution. And of course, next to that is to conclude the paragraph. What you need to do in concluding your paragraph is to summarize the problem and the proposed solutions, reinforcing the importance of taking action to address the issue. You can also emphasize the potential benefits of implementing the solutions and encourage further discussion or action. All right. So after presenting and discussing the solution, so of course you need to look forward what will be the effect if this solution will be given to the problem. All right. And of course, after that, look over again, proofread and revise. Once you've written your paragraph, review it to ensure clarity, malinaw bang pagkakalatag, coherence, magkakaugnay-ugnay ba ang mga sentences mo, and proper grammar and punctuation. Tama ba yung grammar mo and tama ba yung mga punctuation marks na nilagay mo sa iyong paragraph. Alright, so here is an example of problem and solution paragraph. And the problem is the rising levels of air pollution in urban areas. So let me quickly read it to you. Air pollution is a pressing issue in many urban areas around the world, posing significant health risks and environmental challenges. The primary sources of air pollution include vehicular emissions, industrial activities, and the burning of fossil fuels for energy production. As a result, urban residents are exposed to high levels of pollutants such as particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide, leading to respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, and premature deaths. To address this issue, one possible solution is to promote the adoption of cleaner transportation technologies, such as electric vehicles and public transportation systems powered by renewable energy. By reducing the use of fossil fuels in transportation, we can significantly decrease emissions of harmful pollutants and improve air quality in urban areas. Additionally, implementing stricter regulations in industrial emissions and investing in renewable energy infrastructure can further reduce air pollution levels. While these solutions may face challenges such as resistance from vested interest or initial investment cost, the long-term benefits of cleaner air and improved public health outweighs the challenges. By taking decisive action to tackle air pollution, we can create healthier and more sustainable urban environments for current and future generations. Alright, so this example demonstrates how to clearly identify a problem, which is rising air pollution. Proposed solutions to address it, cleaner transportation technologies, stricter regulations, industrial emissions, and investment in renewable energy. So these are the proposed solution and provide supporting evidence and considerations for implementation. So simply, in this figure or in this diagram, we can see stating the problem, provide possible solution, and then come up with a conclusion. And what time is it? It's activity time. Alright, so write a paragraph showing a problem-solution relationship from the situation given below. And here it is. You have noticed your school needs to be cleaned up. Think about what students could do to clean up your school and keep it clean. How would you solve this problem? Who would be involved? And how would you get supplies? Alright, so this is your activity and I hope you can get it right and write your own meaningful and effective paragraph. So thank you for being with me throughout these minutes and I hope you learned something from our lesson for today. So this is Teacher Isa. Thank you for being with me and see you next time. Bye-bye!